Good morning, all of you. In today's session, we are going to start with the 10th standard chemistry and physics. Unit 12, carbon and its compound, series number 15 is going to be discussed. In this session, already we've gone through few regulations which are related with the naming of compounds, especially with respect to carbon and its related compounds in accordance with the IUPAC. So by applying all these rules, how can we assign the name for the individual compounds? These are going to be discussed in this series number 15. In addition to this, what is the kind of isomerism and what kind of allotropic forms are possible and what is meant by homologation series of this carbon and its compounds? What is the specificity for catenation for carbon compounds? And what is meant by tetravalency, electronegativity, and the properties relying on these functional groups present in the carbon compounds. All these got completed in the earlier sessions, and all are available in the channel called the World of Competitive Chemistry. In addition to this, chapter 1 to chapter 11, all these completed and a detailed explanation available in the channel called World of Competitive Chemistry. Now, let us enter into series number 15. This is the extension of the last session where we are going to apply all the guidelines and regulations provided by International Union for Pure and Applied Chemistry. So in accordance with that one, we are going to assign the name for individual compounds. According to IUPAC, numbering of the carbons, how can we start the numbering here? Carbon chain is provided to us. Then what will be the strategy in order to give the numbering? We can number the carbon atoms from left to right or right to left. In either of the side, we can start numbering. But the sum of numbers indicates the position of substance and the functional group should minimum possible value. So whenever we are going to start numbering either from right or left hand side, so that position of the functional group should attain the least number, then only it is possible to give it. So let us take a simplistic sample where here either of the side you can start. I'm going to start with left side 1, 2, 3, fourth position methyl, fifth position ethyl, and 6, 7, 8. So 8 carbon chain with the 2 substances on their straight chain. In the second possibility, I started numbering from right hand side where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth position ethyl, sixth position methyl, seventh, eighth will be there. Let us compare both. So here, fifth carbon with ethyl, fourth carbon with ethyl, fourth carbon with methyl, fifth carbon with methyl. Then which is preferable over here? So the possible kind of arrangement will be a second one, but rather than first one, because larger functional group is located on the carbon where least numbering is there. You can clearly observe number 4 ethyl, number 5 ethyl, which is preferable? Obviously, number 4 ethyl is preferable, so that numbering from the right hand side is suitable when compared to left hand side. That's the reason why minimum possible position should be assigned for the larger functional group. That will be the proper way of numbering in accordance with the IUPAC. Then move on to second possibility. Functional group carbon should give a lowest number, even if it does not obey rule number 1. So here functional group should be assigned with the lowest number. So here two possibilities are provided to us. We have to choose which is the right order. So here numbering will be started from right hand side where second position is resided with hydroxy. And then in either manner, left hand side numbering was started 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth carbon is resided with the hydroxy. But in accordance with the regulation provided in accordance with the IUPAC, the functional group should attain least numbering. That will be a 2 rather than 5. So that here proper arrangement, proper numbering will be first one and the second will not be a suitable numbering for the given compound, though it is a longer chain, whatever. But the thing is, functional group should attain the least numbering. That is a preferable kind of numbering system. And next is about the carbon containing chain functional groups like aldehyde and carboxylic acids when present in the given compound. Obviously, that carbon should be assigned with number 1. Wherever it is located, that carbon should be assigned with number 1, irrespective of its position. So you may go with the right hand side. So in that direction, if COH is there, number should be started with that only. If COH is present in left hand side, number should be started with left hand side only. So here, because of its primary priority. So here the example is provided where carboxylic acid is located right hand side, so that your ketone is there on the left side. Obviously, carboxylic acid will get the priority in accordance with the order of priority. We gone through the priority order in the entire table. Carboxylic acid lays in the topmost position, so that here numbering always resided for carboxylic acid will be 1. So that here carbon chain will be started with carboxylic acid 1 and followed by 2, 3, 4, 5. Fourth position, here ketonic group is there, that is indicated as oxo because it will become a side functional group. So if it is the main group, that will be on. On should be given, but here the carboxylic acid is there, oic acid will become suffix over here. So a straight chain carbon of 5. So root word will be pent, and a suffix being it is a carboxylic acid, oic acid should be assigned for this one. So pentanoic acid is the name of the compound. Then what will be the prefix? This ketonic group, where it is located at the 4th carbon. So that 4-oxo should be indicated because the ketonic group is laying on the 4th carbon. So that 4-oxopentanoic acid is the entire name of this compound. So whenever the compound is provided with the carboxylic acid or aldehyde, obviously number will be started from that end only. So this is in accordance with IUPAC. And the longest chain rule in the sense, you can start numbering from any of the side, either from top, either from bottom, left side, right side. But the thing is, longest chain should be obtained. So then only that will be a proper numbering. So if you are going to start numbering from this end, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 carbon chain is there, that is called a parental chain. Then methyl when present here, these will become branches. Otherwise, we have another possibility also. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can stop numbering from this end, and 1, 2, 3, 4. You can end at this position only. Then parental carbon chain will become 4. So initially, if parental carbon chain length is 7, here if you start with this, parental carbon chain length will become 4. So if you go with any other possibility, 1, 2, 3, 4, here also, here number will be ended with a 4, parental carbon with 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here also 7 carbon. In this manner, you have to go through the probabilities. How many probabilities are there? How many possibilities are there in order to assign? After choosing all the probabilities, you have to go with longest chain rule. Where the longest chain is there, that is the actual numbering system. So whenever you compare all kind of classification, all kind of numbering, 7 carbon is the longest parental chain, so that will be a preferable one. And after giving that, after longest chain here, then from which end we have to start? Let us see. Here, first carbon, second carbon having methyl, right? Here, first carbon, second, third carbon having methyl. Then where we have to go? Second carbon or third carbon? From which end we have to start? So obviously, wherever functional group is getting least numbering, that is a priority in accordance with the rule number 2. So that's the reason why numbering will obviously started from this end, and 1, 2, second position. Methyl is there, third, fourth, fifth. Fifth carbon is having 2 methyl, 5, 5 dimethyl, 6, 7. Parental chain length is 7 carbon. So here 2, 5, 5. How many methyl groups are there total? 1, 2, 3. So it will become trimethyl. 2, 5, 5. So trimethyl. So parental chain length is 7. So that here root word will become hept. So that it will become heptane. So here trimethyl heptane is the IUPAC name in accordance with the all regulations provided over here, right? So this is the longest chain rule. We have to add the longest chain as the parental chain. And lowest number rule. Lowest number in the sense, wherever functional group is there, that functional groups should reside the least number. For example, I'm taking the simplest example over here. Parental chain length is 4. But you can start numbering from either left side or right side, right? If you are going to start numbering from left hand side, methyl substitution will get position number 2. If you are going to start with the right hand side, methyl substitution will get position number 3. Just now we discussed Always functional group should reside in the least number. 3 is not at all preferable. 2 is the right order, because lowest number rule is preferable where the functional group is there. That functional group should attain least number. Second position methyl is preferable over third position methyl. So this numbering is wrong. Numbering from right hand side is wrong because methyl group is associated with number 3. That is wrong order. So that here the correct naming will be 2-methyl, parental chain is 4 carbon. That's the reason why it will become butane. 2-methyl butane is the right kind of representation of the compound in accordance with the IUPAC. And next is about, in either example is also provided, lowest sum rule. Here we have to go through some of mathematical principles in order to calculate, in order to assign the name for the given compound. So here, let us go with the parental chain. First, identify parental chain. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbon chain it is. And here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbon chain. So either of the side we will start. 1, 2, 3. Second carbon associated with 2-methyl, third carbon with 1-methyl, fourth carbon with any other methyl, right? So this is one possibility. Then if you start numbering from this end, right hand side, 1, 2, second carbon methyl, third carbon methyl, fourth carbon with the 2-methyl, right? So lowest sum rule in the sense we have to add all the positions of the substitutions. Let us sum. Here, second position, how many methyl are there? 2 are there. That's why repeat 2 twice. 2 plus 2 can be taken because substitution should be summed here. 2 plus 2 can be taken. At third position also we have methyl, right? That's why here plus 3 can be taken. At fourth position also methyl is there, so that plus 4 will be taken. 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. Sum of all these will become 11. If you start numbering from right hand side, second position methyl 2, third position methyl 3, fourth position 2-methyl plus 4 plus 4. So that here sum of all these substituted carbon numbers will become 13, which is lowest. Among 11 and 13, obviously 11 will be lowest. So that here this is the right order of numbering rather than second. So numbering should be started from left hand side in accordance with the lowest sum rule. Lowest sum in the sense wherever substitutions are there, all those carbons get summed up. So least sum will be preferable for numbering over here. So that numbering will be started from left hand. So here we got a right order of substitution. Then let us assign name for this compound. 2, 2, 3, 4. How many methyl? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 methyl, so that it will become tetra, right? 2, 2, 3, 4, tetramethyl. Parental child length is 5, so that it will become pentane. 2, 2, 3, 4, tetramethyl pentane is the IUPAC name in accordance with the lowest sum rule provided by the IUPAC. Let us move on to another alphabetical order. So if more functional groups are present in the given single compound, then how can we start numbering? From where we have to start? In that case, the correct order will be alphabetical order. Here numbering is started from chloro, bromo, iodo, fluoro in this manner. Though we have to write bromo first, chloro next, followed by fluoro, followed by iodo. Even though they are not in this order, they are not arranged in this order, but while writing, we have to follow the alphabetical order. In the alphabetical order, B will come first, that's why 2 bromo. C will come next, that's why 1 chloro. F will come next, so that 5 fluoro. Then I will come next, later to this fluoro, hence you have to write 3 iodobenzene. The name will be 2 bromo, 1 chloro, 5 fluoro, 3 iodobenzene. So this is in accordance with the alphabetical order. If different functional groups are located in the single compound, we have to go through the alphabetical ABCD, right? Now, we are going to perform the activity based on these IUPAC regulations. We've gone through different set of rules. Let us apply all these rules in order to assign name to the given compounds. So here is the compound where parental chain will be 4 carbons. So first we have to give the number to parental chain. 1, 2, 3, 4 numbering is provided. 4 carbon. no other substitution. Simply you can write N-butane. Why N? Normal. So here but, because 4 carbons. 4 carbon parental chain always assigned with the root word but. And no double bond, triple bond. That's why N is the suffix over here. So N-butane is the IUPAC name of this compound number 1. Let us move on to compound number 2, where 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon chain is there, but one end we have double bond in either, no bond, no double bonds are there. That's the reason why wherever functional group is there we have to start numbering. So that numbering will be assigned from this in left hand side 1, 2, 3, 4. And first position we have double bond, so that it will become ene, suffix will be ene, and the position will be 1. And the parental chain is 4 carbon, being it is 4 carbon, you have to give but. So entire name will become 1-butene. IUPAC name of this compound is 1-butene. Move on to next compound, where we have again 4 carbon chain with the chloro group at position 2. Here also we have ambiguity, where we have to start numbering left side or right side. Left side, if you go with left side 1, 2. So chloro will be given with the second position. If we go with this side 1, 2, 3, 3 chloro. 2 chloro, 3 chloro, which is preferable? Obviously 2 chloro, because lowest position is preferable for any functional group. So here 2 chloro, parental chain is 4 carbon, that's why it will become butane. 2 chloro, butane is IUPAC name of this compound number 3. Move on to another, we have 2 substitutions in the second and third position. Again, it is a 4 carbon chain. So 2 similar substitutions are there. Then we have to assign a secondary prefix called a di, because 2 are there, hence you have to give that. Where these 2 are present at second and third. So that 2, 3 di. What are the groups? Chloro. Then what is the parental chain? Butane. 2, 3 dichlorobutane is the IUPAC name of this compound. Move on to another compound. This is the system called cumulative double bonds. Cumulative double bonds are nothing but if double bonds are present just adjacent to one another, is called cumulative. One is double, one is single, one is double, one is single. That is called alternate double bonds. This is called cumulative double bonds. So within the system, we have double bonds exact adjacent to each other. So carbon double bond, carbon double bond, carbon single bond, carbon is there. This is the system where we have 4 carbon parental chain, and the numbering should be obviously started from the functional group, so that here left side we have to assign numbering 1, 2, 3. Where the double bonds are located on first carbon, on second carbon as well. That's the reason why you have to give 1, 2. How many double bonds? 2 double bonds, di. Then what is the suffix? Double bond is given with ene. Then what is the parental chain? Buta. So 1, 2 butadiene is the entire name of this compound, where we have 4 carbons, 2 cumulative double bonds in the adjacent carbon, so that 1, 2 butadiene is the name. And next is about hydroxy, where 4 carbons with 1 OH group. Where the OH is there we have to start numbering. So that here 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 is the parental chain length, where OH group in the terminal carbon, so that suffix will be ol, and no other double, triple, other functional group, so that butanol. And you have to mention the position of ol, that is the first position. That's why it will become 1-butanol. Hydroxy group always in accordance with IUPAC. Ol is the pronunciation, so that 1-butanol is the name of the compound. And this is about another aldehyde, where 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, it is a kind of 4 carbon system only, but aldehyde group is there. So though it is a 4 carbon system, but on the terminal carbon, we have a aldehyde functional group. When aldehyde is there, CHO group is there, pronunciation will be AL. AL denotes what? Aldehyde. So here, being it is a 4 carbon system, but is a given, and Al denotes what? Aldehyde is there on the first carbon. So need not to mention first position, because whenever it is located in second, third, fourth like that, then only we have to assign 2, 3, 4 like that. But first carbon need not to mention. So here it will become butanol, not butanol. Nol is hydroxy, al is aldehyde, right? And move on to another compound where again we have parental chain of 4 carbons, but carboxylic acid moiety is there with a C double bond OH functional group. Whenever carboxylic acid is there in accordance with the IUPAC, it is designated as a oic acid. Being it is a 4 carbon, but as a what we can say root word, and oic acid is the suffix. So butanoic acid is the IUPAC name of this compound with the 4 carbons carboxylic acid functional group. And move on to another compound where we have 4 carbons again 4 carbons only, but all 4 carbons are in the closer ring proximity in the ring structure, right? In that case, here primary prefix will be cyclo, because all the ring compounds should be assigned with the cyclo as a prefix. Then being it is 4 carbon butane, no double bond, triple bond, hence cyclobutane is a name for the compound, so it will be the IUPAC name. 3D structure of the compound is also demonstrated here. And any other compound, this cyclobutane was taken, but we are having 2 functional groups and 2 carbon atoms. So let us assign numbering. Wherever group is there, that carbon is assigned with number 1, 2, 3, 4. So first and third position bromo groups are there. Both are similar. That's why we have to mention di. And the position will be 1, 3. What are the groups? Bromo. The number of carbons in the cyclic system? 4, buta. Being it is cyclic, cyclo is the prefix. So here entire name of compound will become 1, 3 dibromo cyclobutane. Let us repeat. 1, 3 dibromo cyclobutane is the IUPAC name of this compound. Move on to another. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons are provided to us. It's a 5 carbon chain where C double bond group is there. What's the functional group? C double bond is called a ketone, where it is located on the second carbon, because it should resided with the least number. So here number should be started from here, right hand side, 1, 2. Second carbon is associated with ketonic group, hence on is a suffix in accordance with the IUPAC. On. So ketones always on will be suffix, and a parental chain with a 5 carbons, so that pent will be a root word. Then what's the position of this ketonic group? At the second place, so that 2-pentanone is a IUPAC name of this compound, because 5 carbon chain pent, the ketonic group on, position will be 2. 2-pentanone is the entire name. Move on to another compound where we have 1, 2, 3. How many carbons? 1, 2, 3. Only 3 carbons are there. Parental chain will be 3 carbon prop. And here we have aldehyde functional group on the first carbon. Wherever aldehyde is there, there we have to start numbering. Here 1, 2, 3. At the second carbon and third carbon, we have chloro. 2 chloro are there, that's why di. Where these 2 chloro are located, 2, 3 positions. 2, 3 di. What are the groups? Chloro. And the parental chain is prop. Then functional group is aldehyde, so that Al, propanol. So here 2, 3 dichloro propanol is a IUPAC name for this compound. Move on to any other. So it's the most important rule in order to assign numbering. So here C designates what carbon atom included in the name of the parental chain. Some of the groups name should be incorporated within the group, within the parental chain. Some carbons need not to. Here, when carboxylic acid is there, for example, so this is the compound. This is the compound where some ambiguity is there, giving numbering and assigning name for this compound. Where carboxylic acid and aldehyde both are the groups. So if carboxylic acid or aldehyde both are there, primary functional group will be carboxylic acid in accordance with the priority order. Now sub-functional group will be aldehyde. So we have to assign numbering from carboxylic acid. 1, 2. On the second carbon, this aldehyde is laying, so that second carbon with aldehyde. 3. So parental chain will become 3 carbons only. This carbon will not be counted for the chain length, because This will be the side chain right now, so that it will be indicated as 2-formyl. Whenever aldehyde is there as the side chain, so we have to indicate formyl group. 2-formyl, and being carboxylic acid is a primary, its suffix will be oic acid. Parental chain is 3 carbons. Prop is the root word. Propanoic acid. 2-formyl propanoic acid is the IUPAC name for this compound. That is a rule very essential to adopt for this compound. Wherever carboxylic acid is there, always its carbon should be a part of parental chain. Carboxylic acid carbon will be a part of parental chain. That carbon also counts for the root word. Okay, so that's the thing we have to take a note. And next is about example, which is provided with CH3CH2OH. CH3CH2OH is the simplest example. How many carbons are residing in this compound? Only 2. So parental chain is of 2 carbons, so that eth is a root word. And OH is the functional group. For OH, what we have to assign? Ol. In accordance with IUPAC, ol is the suffix over here. Then eth-ol. So this will become ethanol. So eth is the parental chain. That is a root word, and ol is the suffix over here. So the compound name will become ethanol. Any other compound is there where we are having OH groups and the 2 carbon atoms. 2 carbon atoms are having. Root word will be again 2 carbons, eth only. So root word will be eth only. But ol, how many ols are there? 2 ols are there. Where? On the first carbon and second carbon. That's the reason why 1, 2. Both are same, right? That's why di can be incorporated. 1, 2 di, and being it is hydroxy, IUPAC nomenclature will be ol. So it will become ethane diol because no double bond is there, so that we have to assign ethane 1, 2 diol, because 2 hydroxy are laying on the adjacent carbons on this chain. So that ethane 1,2 diol is the entire IUPAC name for this compound number 2. Move on to any other. This is the largest molecule. We can observe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 carbon chain it is. But very interestingly, here you can observe 2 functional groups. One is OH, any other is C double bond group. Where we have to start numbering. That's a problem over here. But whenever you observe OH and the C double bond group, that means carbonyl. Always carbonyl will get priority over OH. That's why OH will become subfunctional group. CO will become primary functional group. That's the reason why numbering will be started from this end rather than this end. Wherever carbonyl is there, that end you have to start numbering. So that here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 carbon chain, parental chain, 7 carbons. At the 7th carbon, OH is there. At the 2nd carbon, carbonyl is there. Right? I'm repeating one more time. At the 7th carbon, hydroxy. At the 2nd carbon, carbonyl group. Ketone is there. So when ketone is there, suffix must be on. Being it is 7 carbon chain, hexanone it will become. And at the 7th position, OH. Being it is a functional group, you have to assign hydroxy. Name hydroxy should be indicated. Now, the name of the compound will become 7-hydroxy because hydroxy located on the 7th carbon. 7-hydroxy. Hept, because parental chain of 7 carbon length. Hept is the root word. And where where ketonic group is located on the 2nd, so the 2. And what is the suffix for ketone? On. Right? 7-hydroxy hept 2-on is the IUPAC name of this compound. Compound number 3. First of all, we have to segregate the functional groups and start the numbering and assign name for this compound. Now, any other compound is provided where double bond and OH both are there, which is great the priority here. Double bond or OH, obviously OH will get the priority. So already we gone through this serial order of priority. OH will get the priority over double bond. That's why numbering should start from this end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbon parental chain length. Second carbon is associated with OH group. Third, fourth carbon is associated with double bond. Right. So second carbon hydroxy IUPAC naming will be ol. And being it is a 5 carbon chain, pentanol. 2-pentanol will be for this compound. Then what we have to assign as a prefix for this double bond? To ene. Sorry, not to ene. 4-ene, because on fourth carbon double bond is resided, so that here 4-ene to 4-ene to pentanol. 4-ene to pentanol. Here it is mentioned. So yes, 4-ene to pentanol. Name of the compound is 4-ene to pentanol. Right. So this is a compound. Obviously, numbering should be started from OH chain, so that here second carbon pertaining OH group, fourth carbon pertaining double bond, so that 4-ene to pentanol is the name of the compound. So this is the name given for the compound. Indian either one is also provided where we are having so many functional groups in the given compound. Then we have to first start numbering. From which end we have to start numbering. Here, double bond started on the one terminal, OH is started in the another terminal. What will be the order? Obviously, wherever OH is there, OH is more prior over double bond. That's why numbering will be started from right hand side. Don't get confused with double bond. When COOH is there, COOH is higher priority. Later on aldehyde, later on ketone, later on ester, later on ketone, and hydroxy will be there, double bond will be there, triple bond will be there. That's the reason why numbering will be given in this right hand side. 1, 2. On first and second carbon atoms, we have hydroxy. This is the primary functional group in this compound. OH is the primary functional group, then suffix will become ol. Suffix will become ol. So on first and second, we have 2 hydroxy, so that it will become diol. 1, 2 diol. Let us count parental chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Being it is 8 carbons, what will be the root word? Octa. 8 carbons, octa. 1 carbon meth, 2 carbon eth, prop, but, pent, hex, hept, oct. 8 carbons, it is called octa. Right. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth carbon resided with chloro, sixth carbon chloro, 5, 6 dichloro. Because on both the carbons, chloro groups are there. 5, 6 dichloro. Now, let us count double bond position. 6th carbon double bond, even 7th carbon double bond. So that 6, 7 diene. Because this is called accumulated double bond again. 6, 7 diene. 1, 2 diol. So whenever a known compound is given to you, first primary thing we have to do is from which end we have to start numbering. In order to start numbering, first of all, we have to identify the functional groups, which is the primary functional group for us. Among all these, primary functional group is OH. So that start with OH. OH will be given with first priority, so that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So parental chain of 8 carbon length, oct is the root word. Now, on first and second hydroxy are there, so that here suffix will become ol. Now, 2 chloro groups are in the 5th and 6th position, so that 5, 6 dichloro. 6th and 7th are having double bond, so that 6, 7 diene. So entire chain length will be octa, so that 5, 6 dichloro octa, 6, 7 diene, 1, 2 diol is IUPAC name of this compound. Now, very simple compound is provided to us where we have cyclic ring, hydroxy group is there, methyl is there, and either methyl is there. Always we have to go with oxygen containing functional group. It will get the priority, so that numbering will be started from OH. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be the numbering. Second and third carbon, what are the groups? Methyl. How many? 2. So that 2,3-dimethyl. We have to assign 2,3-dimethyl. Two similar, that's why dimethyl. And what will be the prefix? Being it is a cyclic system, we have to give cyclo. And what is the parental chain carbons? 6 carbons, hexa. And OH is the primary priority group. Then IUPAC will give ol so that it will become hexanol, right? Let us complete the entire name of the compound. 2,3-dimethyl cyclohexanol is IUPAC name for this compound. By this, we completed the session. If we practice more examples in this category of IUPAC nomenclature, so that we will get the master in this naming of compounds. So here are some of the regulations, how we have to assign the naming, from which end we have to start, and what will be the strategy in order to assign the name for the unknown compound. All these got completed. So many examples get practiced. And even in the next session, we will extend these rules for so many compounds in order to assign name for the compounds. Hope this will be helpful for your preparation. Thank you very much for your consistent listening. Thank you, one and all.